Blog Talk Radio.
Uplifting lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson. What's up, family? It's me, Jerry Rose Live Worldwide from Positive Power Double XI, and you're listening to Elections Radio with Kimmy Kim.
Squad up. God squad. We about our father's business, man. We about our business, man. If you want war, saints gon' bring it. Sinners steady talking, I'm tired, I mean it. You can talk about me, you can point your fingers. I'm like a bee and the words my stinger. Covered in the blood and his arms my shield. Welcome to the war zone, the biblical field. We're just a root, Christ gives the promotion. The world is a mind child. Boom.
Okay, you know the squad in this God rated, no fabricating, no paper chasing. We on a mission to glorify. Why you looking down? Cause you been a hater, but they hated Jesus. So let it be known that if you ain't got Jesus, hell hotter than the stove. Look, I conquered my soul back, now I'm on track. Trying to get down to the nitty gritty, I'm in the mud with my hard hat. Ain't gotta rap for the world much, I'm too sanctified, you can have that. Separated myself happily, gotta raise up my family. Gotta pray for Keisha and Wee Wee, Big Keith and Kenny. Got to do that, Satan can't have my family. I'm down with my squad and my father, my heartbeat. Ain't no stopping us now. When the train move, you can't hold we and we gone. War, saints gon' bring it. Sinners steady talking, I'm tired, I mean it. You can talk about me, you can point your fingers. I'm like a bee and the words my stinger. Covered in the blood and his arms my shield. Welcome to the war zone, the biblical field. We're just a root, Christ gives the promotion. The world is a mind trial. Boom, explosion. Ready for war, we suited and booted. Soldiers on the front line, Christ recruited. I'm on fire like those Ferguson buildings. Temperature rising like the Powerball millions. Saints gon' love me and these sinners gon' hate me. The world's like a jigsaw, man, they crazy. Smoking the pound, they got the nerve to thank God, man. Or standing in the pulpit, dressed like Rodman. Spitting your nonsense, mixed with negative content. Your boy's not judging, just dissecting your conscience. Now I'm enrolling, this is a class discussion. My God's fed up, time for mass destruction. If you want war, saints gon' bring it. Sinners steady talking, I'm tired, I mean it. You can talk about me, you can point your fingers. I'm like a bee and the words my sting.
Alanis Morissette, the singer, Alanis Morissette, she said something years ago that that was very important. She said, "Isn't it ironic?" It was a song. It was a very important song. And life's ironic. You know, I was thinking, and Dave Chappelle reminded me of this. Sometimes the realest thing to say is mean. You know what I mean? Now, it's a tough position to be in. So I say a lot of mean things. But you guys got to remember, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's real. And not everything is real. And you must understand, and not everything is real until it happens to you. That's important to understand when you're working with mentors, when you're living life. Sometimes we forget that. When someone's giving us some constructive criticism, when someone's saying stuff to us, we look at it and say, well, that was mean. And we take it as if they're saying it to be mean. You know, it's like comedians. You know, Dave Chappelle said it this way. He said, you know, sometimes the funniest thing to say is mean, you know, but he's not saying it to be mean. He's saying it because it's funny. And everything is funny until it happens to you. So that's for a comedian. But for me, and what I do as a coach, as a life coach and a track and field coach, you know, sometimes it's just some of the things I have to say is just mean. And it's not. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's the truth and because it's real. I might tell someone they say they have these goals and dreams they want to accomplish, and I might tell them, well, you don't want it bad enough, and that might sound like it's mean. They don't want it bad enough because if they wanted it bad enough, they would do what it takes to get it done. Some of the sacrifices they would have to do wouldn't be such a big deal because it's something they really, 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 really want. So again, sometimes the realest thing to say is mean. And for me, it's a tough position to be in because I say a lot of mean things, but I'm not a mean person. I'm saying it because it needs to be said. And then sometimes in life, you have to say things that need to be said. You got to remember, if you're a leader, right, leadership is lonely. Leadership is lonely, and you will have to say some things that are real. And some people will see you or those words as being mean, but you have to remind them that you're not saying it because it's mean. For instance, a pastor, Martin Luther King used to give speeches, and toward the end of his journey, his speeches took a different tone. It still was peace, but it was like, you know what? We have to see life for what it really is. Malcolm X would speak straight to people, and they sometimes, well, he's being too, that's not the point. Sometimes in life, we have to say things that are real. And sometimes real and mean is on the same page. But you have to be able to decipher between the two. In life, we live in life, right? Sometimes in life, some of the things we have to do, some of the decisions we have to make might seem or appear on the surface to be downright. Why did this person do this, this, and that? Because it needed to be done. Why did the person say this, this, and that? Because it needed to be said. You know, we all need to have friends around us that would tell us the right things at the right time, you know. You get into an argument with a friend. I had two friends. Well, I have two friends, close friends I went to high school with, ran track with. Best friends. These guys were friends before I even knew them. And they got into it years back. And it was a pretty big fight, argument, whatever you want to call it, they got into. And the next thing you know, they wasn't speaking to each other. So year after year after year, I would say, hey, man, have you talked to such and such? Oh, no, man, we got into it. I thought, hey, such and no, you using that. And they went on for a while. But I told them, hey, listen, this is BS, man. Whatever happened, it don't matter. You're being childish. Let it go. You mean to tell me that you guys have been friends 10, 15, 20, 25 years, and this person and that person has done this much positive good stuff for you all this time, and they do this one thing, make this one mistake, and that's it? Grow up. Now, they can look at me and say, well, Katie, how you going to say grow up, man? You done did this. You ain't perfect. But that's not the point. Sometimes the realest thing to say is mean. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's real. And your job, my job, our job is to be able to decipher between the difference. Every time someone tells us something, gets on us, we don't have to take it personal. Sure, can someone who's been divorced 3 times tell me something about marriage? Of course. You know, there was an old commercial that said you can learn a lot from a dummy. What does that mean? You can also learn the wrong way of doing things. But it'll be premature to say, well, what he don't tell me or what she don't tell me about a marriage because she and he, they've been married and divorced 3 times. No. Just because somebody falls short, just because somebody done made mistakes, don't mean they don't have that type of knowledge. Just because someone's a heavy set or out of shape, don't mean they don't know how to be in shape. And if they tell us, hey, man, you need to get yourself in shape, well, instead of me taking that something mean, instead of me saying, I need to get myself in shape, look at you. No, I need to sit back and say, well, you know what? That's real. Maybe they can't do it. Maybe they don't have the confidence. Maybe they don't have the discipline to do it. But you know what? The reality is I used to be a professional track and field athlete. I used to be really fit and really in shape. And just because I retired and a little older don't mean I need to let my stuff go. So they're not being mean. They're being real. And my job is to be able to decipher between the two. Many of us is walking around life living in la-la land, meaning we don't know how to decipher between what's real and what's not. We're seeing people with big old studs on their rings and in their ears thinking it's real diamonds. We don't know the difference between a real diamond and a fake diamond. We're seeing people with flossy watches and all that. We don't know the difference between what's a real watch and a fake watch. And nowadays you can get real fake everything. You can get physical fake stuff. And there's nothing wrong with those things. It's just that the line has been blurred so much that you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not real. And what ends up happening is when you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not real, you start getting mad on what's real when it's presented to you. You know, you see a young lady who's coming to you real, meaning everything is hers, her natural. And there's nothing wrong with the opposite. I'm just giving you this example. Her natural self. Maybe she don't wear a lot of makeup. Maybe she don't, go get those long nails. And there's nothing wrong with the makeup. There's nothing wrong with the long nails. Maybe she don't have the breast implant. Maybe she don't have all that other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with those things. But she comes with you with just herself, and you're looking like, why isn't her nails 2 inches longer or whatever you want to call it? Why can't she wear that outfit and it looks like that? Or vice versa. Young lady, a guy comes to you real. He tells you straight up, hey, this is how I feel about you. You're beautiful. This is all I have. I'm working on it. And you're looking and saying, why didn't he do this? Wow, he just come talk to me. He's been telling me for, an hour and a half. He didn't buy me a drink. Well, have you ever looked to think maybe he don't even drink? It might not even pop into his mind and say, you know what? I need to buy this young lady a drink. Because it never popped into his mind because he's like, I didn't know I had to buy a drink to talk to her. Heck, I don't even drink. So the lines have gotten so blurred between what's real and what's fake that some people can't tell the difference. So now you're walking around thinking people are being mean to you. You're walking around thinking people are not worthy. You're walking around thinking that things in your environment and things in your life is a certain way, when in actuality, if you could just take a step back, take a deep breath, I do what all the great ones did. Find a place that is quiet and calm and say, hold on, let me see what God, what the universe is trying to tell me. You see, this is a message I needed for myself. Because I happen to be one that's always in an effort to motivate, inspire, and help others, that sometimes I don't recognize the faults within myself. So when someone says, Katie, man, you don't give others a chance to talk. Now my response should be like, you know what? Maybe I do need to listen a little bit more. But in the past, I've been one to say, well, you ain't talking about nothing. Well, how would I know if they're talking about something if I don't listen? Somebody might say, well, Katie, man, you got to really look at both sides of it. And I'm taking it as a criticism, like, oh, you saying I don't look at both sides? See, I have to be able to decipher, to understand, comprehend. There's a statement that says what's understood don't have to be explained, but sometimes you need it to be explained. So my challenge for you this week, actually for the next couple of weeks, is to understand that sometimes the realest thing, the funniest thing, the most important thing to say and do is mean. And you, when you do it, remind those people that you're not doing it or saying it to be mean. And on the vice versa, when they come with you with it, remind yourself that they're not doing it or saying it to be mean. They're doing it, and you're doing it and saying it because it's real. This has been Khadevis Robinson. It's the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. And once again, I holla.
Feel defeated and you're down for the count. You feel like life has thrown you blows and God ain't been around. But I've come to encourage you, so hold your head high. Know that God is in your corner now. Inner lies. You are a winner. You just can't lose. Who burned a cave more than a conqueror? Jesus in you. You are a winner. You were born to win.